Hey there. This is a re-edit of my episode 3 reaction of My Hero Academia. The previous version was blocked, so I'm re-editing in the hope of producing a video that can be viewed. A couple hundred of you had already seen the previous version, and if you're one of those folks, you don't really need to watch this because this is the same reaction. It's just edited in a way that better complies with the wishes of the copyright holder. Enjoy. All right, it's time for episode 3 of My Hero Academia. The first 2 episodes, I feel like they told me who Dekku is. And now I feel like with episode 3, we're going to begin his journey and see how it is that he becomes the greatest hero of all time, as he declared he would someday be at the end of episode 2. So I don't think there's a whole lot of need for commentary up front. I will talk a little bit about what I see at the end, but let's go ahead and get into it. And it's another introduction to All Might here. From the first 2 episodes, some of the comments have told me that the things we saw Dekku watching on television as a young child were actually news footage and not like a scripted program. But now they're telling us the impact that All Might has out on the community, on society. Also, I have gone back to the dub here, but I've gone back to the dub with closed captions on so that I can go back and forth between listening and reading, depending on what works best for me in the moment. And also the text is there for people who prefer to follow along with the text. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. But they are getting kind of obnoxious, aren't they? Here's that moment of sort of, I'll call it acceptance from All Might that meant so much to him. Whoa! Did you hear that? I don't think I heard that at the end of the last episode. Did All Might say he's going to give him his quirk? During the OP, I do like to remind folks that I have a Patreon now. I know a lot of you are already aware of the Patreon. Some of you are already members of the Patreon. But if you just want to give it a look, see what's going on over there, well, there is a link in the video description. So All Might has said that he is going to let Dekku inherit his powers, his quirk. But how do you even do that? Like, is that something you can do, or is he just playing a joke on him? Oh, my goodness. I don't know what to make of that. Like, I don't know how you transfer power. Unless it's part of his power set or something. Blood flying out of his mouth. Come on, of course he wants to accept the awesome power. But what I don't understand is he yanking his chain, or has he just been looking for a worthy heir? And Dekku's proven himself to be worthy? Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, so he's talking about his quirk here. Oh, so he is not the same as the other heroes. So that's another thing you can probably relate to Dekku over. Oh, he was created in a lab or something. Oh, I like this idea that there's this lineage of people with quirks that they were not born with. Oh, right, now they're cooking, though. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll get into it a little bit more after I see how the episode goes. Huh. I thought his quirk was pretty obvious. Super strength and stuff, like Superman. But I do like this idea that it's sort of like Shazam all of a sudden. Especially it's a boy getting it passed on. He's like me. Dekku's having all the same thoughts I'm having. Like, how the heck can you pass on your power? This doesn't seem to follow any of the rules I know. All Might saying, shut up, stop nerding out, don't overthink it. It's like he's talking to Dekku, but he's also talking to me, the viewer. I love it. All right, let's see how he does this. I'm kind of curious here. Is it? Oh, it's like his hand is glowing. Does he just like touch him on the forehead? Ah. It's like 3 Musketeers there with the power. All for one and one for all. Oh, so it's a power that continues to evolve. So everybody who has it takes it to just another little bit of a level from the one who had it before. I like this concept. This is much more like magic than just straight up superpowers, which I'm a fan of fantasy and magic and that kind of thing, in addition to being a superhero fan. So I like this cross-section here. Just like I said, he finally found the guy who deserves it, because clearly the power is killing All Might. I mean, he is not looking good here. Okay, I like it. He found the real defining character what it takes to be a hero in Deku. We covered that in the first 2 episodes. And now he gets this reward. It's kind of like King Arthur. I love the total shifts here. We're getting a whole swings in mood there with All Might, which is great, from super serious to kind of silly. But like I was saying, it's kind of like King Arthur, the boy who pulls the sword from the stone. You prove yourself worthy, and then you get this unexpectedly. I mean, the hero's journey, really. You got to sort of refuse the call, which he kind of did at first. And now he's here. Okay. Are we not going to see the transfer here? Roaring Muscles is the name. So is Deku going to get super buff? They're at a beach. Roaring Muscles. I want to see what we got. Oh, 2 days later, did we skip over him getting the power? Because he doesn't look like he has any power right now. Well, All Might still has his power, clearly, because he's in his superhero form there. Oh, boy. Now he's went back to, like, the... Wow, All Might's 600 pounds. It's all muscle. Oh, he's down to 560. I love that. You lose 40 pounds. You still weigh as much as 3 people. But I do like this kind of like strange training. A little wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. He went from saying you're the worthy successor to now you break him down so you can build him back up, right? Oh, this is great. So I wonder if we'll find out how many people have had this one-for-all power before. Because he's talking about the combined powers of all the people who've had it before. Moves like a hurricane force, doesn't want it to blow him apart. That's why he's getting his physical container in a little bit better shape, which kind of ironic considering how pathetic All Might's small might form is, as somebody pointed out to me in the comments. But I wonder if we will find out how many people have had this power in the past and maybe study all the former holders of the One for All and the origin of this strange power that can be passed on. I'm sure we'll get to explore that at some point, right? That's half the fun, is backstory, prequels, origin stories. Oh, wow. So it sounds like All Might remembers life before quirks. I wonder how old he actually is. But heroes used to be about public service and not showing off their powers. I like that. I kind of touched on that a little bit in the first or second episode. I like it. I just realized he's got an All Might shirt, but it just says All M. He's got to clean this trash off the beach, which is a shame. It looks like a beautiful beach. I don't know why there's so much trash there. Oh, and here they're finally mentioning that academy, UA, the superhero academy. Calling him fanboy. I like it. There's so much here that works as a surrogate for the audience in this, particularly in this interaction between the two. Especially with kind of like the, not only the environment of Western comic books and comic book movies back when the manga and the anime were first made, but now too, it still holds the whole fanboy combo. The American Dream Plan. People told me there's a whole lot of references to America from All Might. Oh, wow. Chasing the American dream to go to the superhero academy in Japan. And he's got this great schedule, this great itinerary that looks like it's very, very regimented and Spartan, so to speak. And, you know, I can see like a nugget of a storytelling device that the person who had to work the hardest to get the power and wasn't just given it to him, wasn't just born with it, is the one who is going to use it maybe more wisely and appreciate it more. You know, great storytelling device there. Oh, this is nice. They're giving us some history about how just the world changed once quirks were introduced, which, you know, it would change everything. And I wonder if this quirk issue is a global issue or if it's something that just happened in Japan. I'm sure I'll find out more as I watch, right? Sometimes just ask for your questions, sit back and see what happens. So he's training really hard to build up his like baseline physique, but I don't think any power's been transferred to him yet because I want to really see how that happens. Like I have no clue how the transference will go with that glowing in his hand. It might be as simple as a little glowing light passes from his palm and like enters into Deku's chest or something. But man, you see like his daydreaming given like a visual personification here on the screen, and then the teacher slaps him out of it. You can see the bandages on his hands where he's like scratched up and scraped up for everything he's done the last few days. Probably equal parts
junkyard that he's been cleaning up and that fight with the sludge beast. But I like this. He's continuing to work hard, showing, that he's not looking for the easy way out, not looking for the easy path. I don't know if it's a true quote or an apocryphal one, but one of my friends attributed it to Bruce Lee. That said, don't pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. And that's what Dekku is doing here. Proven he has the inner strength to justify the outer strength that All Might's going to pass on to him. And the snot bubble, because he's been working so hard, he's like a zombie in class. Look how much he's eaten. He's starved from all the physical exertion, running before the sun's up, working in the hot sun at the beach. Oh, the vomit. That's when you know the heat's pushing a truck. Come on now, that's a bit extreme. I love All Might's bathing suit. The nice big one piece like Popeye used to wear in the old Popeye cartoons. I'm assuming some of you know who Popeye is. I want one of those Popeye bathing suits. My family get a kick out of me going to the pool in a bathing suit like All Might had at the beach there. Is that like 1920 version? Oh, so we're seeing a little change in seasons. We're getting to fall, which, at least in the U.S., historically, that's when you go up a grade and new schools start. Things like UA might be starting soon. I don't know if it's the same way in Japan or not. Oh, see. I guess in the spring is auditions or whatever. Spring or winter. Yeah, probably spring you try out for UA. But what's he doing? Jogging with a microwave? That's one heck of a workout plan. I don't live too far from my local park. I wonder what kind of look I would get if I started jogging with like an old cathode ray tube television or microwave or something on my shoulder. Oh, he's accusing him of cutting corners? Oh, it's like the, not cutting corners, but it's like, I told you a lot to do, but you can't go above and beyond. You got to give yourself rest and breaks when the schedule says to have rest and breaks. I like it that he's got a flaw, but it's like, what's your weakness? Oh, sir, I just try too darned hard. I can't be disciplined enough when it comes to rest. He has some resolve like you've never seen before, doesn't he? It's like one of those, I don't know, some of the kids I knew like middle school, junior high that were just determined they were going to go to one of the military academies or something. And they also kind of had this sort of attitude. And All Might likes it too. I guess All Might has to have two complete wardrobes, like the All Might wardrobe and the Small Might wardrobe, right? Oh, we're going to find out how old All Might really is? Is he like 80 years old and he just looks young because of the power?
And suddenly,
all right, it's springtime, February. I guess this is, do you call it auditions, tryouts? What in the heck? Primal scream on top of a pile of trash. Look, though, he looks like he's muscled up pretty good over the fall and winter. Moving all that trash, even without superpowers, he's got a little more buff than he once was.
You even cleaned up outside the area I told you to.
All Might is impressed with his cleanup efforts. I gotta say, I'm impressed too. That is a hero to give the world a clean beach. Who doesn't like the beach? I sunburn pretty easily, but I still like the beach. I love that expression, holy stinking super crap. I gotta work that into casual conversation. Oh, and he just changed forms right there. It looks like the clothes changed with him. Oh, I bet he stinks, though. Working in all that junk, probably overnight, no shower, sweating. Bet his feet stink. Yikes. Go take a shower before tryouts, man. Oh, that's way back when he first started. I love it. Just to show him how far he's come in the past 10 months, not quite a year. Yeah. He's all buffed up like Spider-Man when he was in the comics and still a teenager. He's getting the pep talk and the confidence from his mentor there, which is part of what I'm sure that he wants. I mean, he wants to earn the respect of All Might, but he has a greater plan. I think even if All Might left him, he still would pursue being a hero without inheriting that power.
Are you really worried about that after all these months?
All right.
It was your hard work that did this, not mine.
Giving the guy the credit that he deserves. Like, don't think about me as the coach. You're the one who had to go out there every morning and sweat in the junkyard. So he plucked a hair. I like this. Yes, yes. Kind of like what I was saying. Being born with it. You know, it's like the old expression, some people are born on third base and think they hit a triple. Well, this guy, he had to work his way to third base, right? So is that strand of hair how he's going to pass on the power?
So, I held out my weak, quirkless hands.
They're not weak, man. They're quirkless, but they're not weak. Oh, that's kind of gross. You gotta eat hair? Ew. Imagine if you're in a restaurant and you find a hair in your soup and they say, don't worry, I'm just giving you my quirk. I think I would still get more soup. He's gonna yell at him to eat that strand of hair, which you gotta admit, kind of gross, right? You don't want to eat a strand of hair. Maybe I'll try that. I'll pluck out some of my hair. Try to say to my kids, if you want my quirk, my bizarreness, you have to eat this strand of hair. Oh, this is UA. This is the superhero high school. I guess he ate the hair. We'll find out, I suppose, during the tryouts if he has a quirk or not now. Okay, said he's got it. He just hasn't used it yet. So this could backfire hilariously, right? If he's never used it before and he's not familiar with it. First time he tries it, doesn't know his own strength. Who knows what kind of silly thing could happen. Oh, is that the Hot Hands bully boy? Yeah. That's the guy with the fire hands. Is he going to be a bully all the way through, or is it going to be that thing like a Flash Thompson Spider-Man thing where the bully ends up becoming friends with you? Bakugo, that's what they call it. So yeah, someone warned me. It gets a little confusing. People have about 3 names: Kachin, Bakugo. I'll catch on. I'm definitely sticking with Dekku for Izuku. All right, I want to get on with these. Oh no! Taking a face plant before he even makes it into the classroom. Oh! Somebody saved him! He's balanced on his tiptoes. He freaked out a little bit there, but that was fun. Oh, is she a time stopper?
I figured you wouldn't mind me catching you.
Nice. That's a pretty handy quirk to have.
It's all like way nerve-wracking.
So, I'm really looking forward to getting into this Superhero Academy stuff. Because there's a novel series called Superpowered. It's this indie novel series about like these folks that had superpowers they couldn't control, and they underwent a treatment to help them control them, and they go to train at a superhero academy with the people who have natural control over the powers. And it's pretty good. You know, you go through the 4 years and everything. And I really enjoyed that, so I'm thinking I'll enjoy this in a similar fashion. Oh, wow. They got a school DJ, but nobody's into it. Maybe it's early in the morning. Nobody wants to listen to techno at 8 a.m. Do they? Maybe they do. I'm old. He's giving them instructions on the exam. But he's doing it in a weird way. Oh, I love it. He's getting met with silence, trying to be cool for the kids. A voice hero. Oh, so he's a fanboy for the DJ, too. And he does really have that cheesy morning radio voice, doesn't he? Oh, Battle Centers. This will be fun. They go head to head. Cut at tournament style to see who makes the cut. Very, very similar to what I'm familiar with in like Superhero Academy. And of course, this work probably influenced the novels that I read, but I happened to read them first, so that's my point of reference. Okay. Okay, so they don't have to battle each other. They've got droid kind of things to battle. Pretty cool. At least to start off with, and I imagine later on, to get promoted, you have to fight each other or whatever. Probably like a pyramid system, fewer people each year. But here to start off, you can't undermine your competition. Uh-oh. Who's this guy? Is he the lawyer student? He should be in law school, not superhero school. He's here playing lawyer ball with the handout. Uh-oh. He's just been fanboying out. Come on. If you can't be a little bit of a fanboy your first day at superhero school tryouts, when can you be? All right. Yeah, I could be the superhero DJ, right? Maybe they can get me to be a voice actor for the radio DJ superhero. Oh. He's OP? Oh, using all the radio talk.
Oh, I get it.
0 points. So you just avoid it. And then you get the 3-pointer, the 2-pointer. Or 1-pointer? I guess. Oh, wow. Napoleon's an interesting inspiration, considering he's kind of looked at as a historical villain by a lot of folks. Though, you know, like everyone, had a complicated life. Maybe viewed as more of a hero in France. I want to see some of these battles. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what we're all waiting for, right? See it go down.
With all might to the test. Time to give it my all.
All right. So I guess I have to wait till the next episode to see the actual tryouts get started. But it was fun. I love the idea, you know, another monumental thing. Each of the first 3 episodes has really carried something major. So we find out that from his performance and his actions in the first 2 episodes, he was deemed a worthy successor by All Might. Kind of gross that he had to eat the strand of hair. You know, I'm not a big fan of eating strands of hair. But I like it that, you know, we had another big movement here. And then we're really going to get to see what happens when he tries to use that power during the tryouts in the next few episodes. A lot of fun. I'm glad that this isn't the first episode. I'm glad they didn't just start out trying out. Like, I really like that we got to know Dekku a little bit, and they give us a reason to actually support him as the protagonist of the series, other than just supporting him because we're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like we get to admire the sacrifices and the hard work and everything that he's made to get to this point, where some lesser shows could probably jump to this point in the first episode and say, yeah, you're going to like him because we're telling you to. But no, they're showing us why. So that's something I admire with the storytelling here. I like, you know, some of the conventions that I think a little bit of a wink and a nod at superhero culture and superhero media and entertainment. And, you know, I'm just continuing to see. I still want to know more about All Might and All Might's past. And what happened to All Might once he passed that power on? Like, does he still have the power? Or is it completely gone once he's passed it on? But anyway, they're showing us the preview for the next episode. I don't really like to watch that, so I'm just going to say I'm proud of you for watching anime. I can't wait to see the next episode, and I'll talk to you again soon.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. It really means a lot to me. If you might be interested in Patreon perks like early access to videos, uncut reaction videos, ad-free videos, and the opportunity to vote on which anime will be covered in the future, then click on the link in the video description. Thank you.